Pretend it's 2021. You're making bank, mining Ethereum, not a worry in the world. You can hold that coin for years and you feel somewhat confident that it's going to go up in price because it's a top 2 crypto. If the crypto market goes up, your Ethereum's going to go up as well. And that makes mining a lot easier. If you have that just default option to mine your coins and put them in a wallet and wait forever, that's easy. That's hands off. You don't really have to strategize to do that. But fast forward to 2024, things look a lot different. We're not mining Ethereum. We're mining these tiny coins like Carlson, Nexa, Dynex, coins that when I got back into crypto earlier this year, I had never even heard of these coins. Granted, I was out of crypto for a year or two, but I had to go in and research all these coins because I had never heard of them. They're all outside the top 500, and unless you're really into the mining scene, you've probably never heard of them either. This is where mining becomes a lot harder in 2024. And that's because with these little small cap coins, you can't really just sit there and hold them for 5 years and have some assurance that you're going to be able to sell them for higher than they are today or higher than they're going to be in 2 months. A lot of these projects are small and they die off. I don't know what the stat is, but a very high number of just these tiny crypto projects end up falling off and dying. So that makes it very, very important to have a serious strategy when you're mining crypto in 2024. And that's what we're going to get into today. I'm Jack from Modern Mining. Let's check out what my strategy is. Rabid Mining did a great video the other week talking about how the coins that we're mining, these smaller coins, they do not have a bull run. They have an altcoin season or a very small duration where they're going to go on crazy price pumps, 10x's, 100x's, but it's going to be for a short period of time. So you need to basically sell at those peaks if you want to get the best profits for mining. But I'm going to show you why that's almost impossible in this video. So a bull run, we all kind of know what it is. It's a sustained upward momentum of price over long periods of time. So Bitcoin 2014, it's been going up and to the right basically ever since then. And hopefully in the next few months, we're all the way up here. Ethereum looks very similar. The price has been going up and to the right. If we believe crypto is going up, then really these two top dog coins are going to go up at least some amount. And that's been true in the past, and it's most likely going to be true in the future. But how does that differ from smaller GPU mineable coins? And Ergo is a great example of this because it was a GPU mineable coin that was around in the last bull market. And it gives us a pretty great idea of what we can expect with maybe some of these smaller coins that we're mining today. So Ergo was basically 40 cents for a long time before the bull run hit, and it went all the way up to about $18. So some quick math, that's like a 36x, which is pretty insane. But the thing is, it was only at that peak price from August 21st to September 21st. And really, it's even shorter than that. So you had about 1 month to sell at that peak, which 1 month, that sounds like a pretty doable time frame. Plenty of time to get your coins out of your wallet, get them onto an exchange and sell them and take your profits. But the issue comes with trying to time the market. And in my opinion, an almost harder thing to do is to hold the coins to that max point. Because when something 5x's, I'm selling it for sure. I'm from the traditional finance world, so if I see an investment 5x, that's my time to get out or at least sell 75% and let the rest of the 25% ride. But let's take an example of that. So if we were mining Ergo for 6 months before the last bull run, we're getting it at about 20 to 30 cents. And then just this little peak right here, Ergo goes all the way from 40 cents to $4. So basically 10x's. Now, like I just mentioned, it's going to be very hard not to pull the trigger when it's 4 or 5x already at this small peak. And sure, you still made 5x gains, which is awesome. But then in a month or two, when Ergo goes all the way up to $18, you're going to be kicking yourself really hard because you left a lot of profits on the table. And worse, you may even buy a little bit of coins when it's all the way at $5, since you get FOMO from selling early. So I'm going to buy at $5, and then you miss the sells right here because you're wanting to stay in, and then 6 months later you're back sitting around that $1 price range and you're actually down a significant amount. So you guys might be saying, well, even if you sell to 4x, 4x is still pretty awesome gains. And don't get me wrong, a 4x and any other investment, people would think that's a scam. That's a very big increase in a short amount of time, which is something that crypto offers, which is why it's so awesome. But you have to kind of think about risk versus reward, because there's a million different cryptos and the vast majority of them kind of crash and fail and eventually go to zero. So if you're looking at that risk reward kind of spectrum, where you've got in this case, if you sold for 4x on this side, that would be the best possible gain. And on this side, it's unfortunately all the way down to zero, 100% loss. So from a 4x to negative 100%, that's a pretty small range, really. And the upside, in my opinion, does not justify the downside risk. If you spent hundreds of dollars in power every single month, and there's a chance of that going to zero, and it's a pretty high chance, that doesn't seem like a great investment. But if that upside risk was like 50x, then that sounds a lot better, and our risk reward spectrum has a lot more room on the upside than it does on the downside. So that's why you really do want to try to hold out until those very high peaks, but it's hard. Timing the market is hard. So my strategy and what I kind of do to avoid a lot of this emotional stress of, oh, do I need to sell? Oh, I sold too early. It's 5x since I did. What I do to kind of avoid that stress is move a small portion into Bitcoin every month. And in my case, it's actually been 75% of my mining rewards I'm moving into Bitcoin at the end of each month. And let's take a look at the risk spectrum on that play. Bitcoin is a coin that I could hold long term and not have to worry about it going to zero, unless just something absolutely nuts happens, and then every other crypto is going to zero as well. So our bottom side negative is not really minus 100%. It's really hard to calculate because you could say minus 30%, but then it's likely going to come back higher. And that's coming from someone who believes that crypto is going to keep going up and the fact that Bitcoin will stay strong. But so let's say your max downside risk is minus 50%, but your upside risk is a 3x or a 2x. That's still a pretty small range, but at the worst case, you're not losing all of your money. You're basically taking some of those gains and putting it into a piggy bank where you know it's going to be safe, and that piggy bank is Bitcoin in this analogy. Using some more examples of why you need to have a plan, because it's hard to calculate these things, is let's look at Xelis recently. There's been a crazy price pump. In the channel member Discord, we've been discussing, is now a good time to be holding Xelis or selling Xelis now that the price is real high? And there's really no correct answer. This really highlights the issue with trying to time the market. By the way, if you're new to crypto, you got overclocking questions, or you want to know what coin to mine, consider joining as a channel member. I've got the cheapest membership out of anybody, and the Discord is filling up with people now. So there's a lot of good discussions for kind of beginner crypto miners, or even the more advanced guys who just want to chat crypto. Xelis could pull a Caspa and go 50x from here, or it could pull a Carlson and it'll never be this high price again. I remember Carlson at this price. I think Red Panda Mining sold his for $3,000. And he's very happy he did, because it's been just basically nothing ever since. Not to say this couldn't spike back up, but with Carlson being ranked the 2300 coin, it's unlikely. So I want to know, what is your guys' plans? Do you kind of cash out, save some Bitcoin every month, or maybe you even cash out, turn it into dollars? Let me know what you guys do. Or are you risking it for the biscuit and doing 100% holding all these small coins, going for the big money? I definitely see the value in that strategy. It's just a lot of risk, but a lot of reward, assuming you can time it right. And that was kind of the purpose of this video, is that timing it right is difficult, and the risk can sometimes outweigh that reward. So that's why I always cash out a little bit into Bitcoin each month. If you guys want to maximize your farms and earn more money every single day, check out this video on how to dual mine Zilliqa. It's an extra 30% income most days, so it's definitely worth doing. I'll see you guys next time.